The king right now, his best bet would be to distance himself completely, make it clear to Harry that the Sussexes are not welcome at all in Britain for a very, very long time.
Remember, 47 minutes is not a reconciliation. It's not a get-together, we're so thrilled to see you.
Meghan Markle felt humiliated on Prince Harry's most recent UK trip, and that the trip turned into a nightmare.
King Charles has officially met Meghan, Harry, Archie and Lily at Highgrove House, his Gloucestershire country residence.
She actually sort of fueled his grievances. What happened until he met Meghan, he was quite happy.
King Charles still can be manipulated by Harry, and certainly the promise of spending time with his grandchildren.
Meghan and Harry's crisis, completely of their own making, is they have no major projects, no major money earners. And so they're more desperate than ever. And I think that they don't know what to do other than to try and come back to Britain and rebuild themselves as some sort of members of the royal family.
For 47 minutes, the doors of Highgrove opened to a reunion that could have changed everything for Harry and Meghan. But what happened behind those doors may be far more revealing than what the public was allowed to see.
Of course, it's been hugely damaging, and the popularity of the royal family has fallen because of Meghan and Harry's antics. So I think the king right now, his best bet would be to distance himself completely, make it clear to Harry that the Sussexes are not welcome at all in Britain for a very, very long time. And Harry just will have to reflect how he's going to reorganise the next few tens of years of his life.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had finally brought Archie and Lilibet to meet King Charles after years of distance and tension.
Prince Harry, Meghan and Sparkle and the two children to see their grandfather. We're not quite sure how long it lasted. Some people are saying an hour, some are saying more. The fallout from it has been we're all sitting waiting for it to be leaked. Nothing so far. Apparently William was appalled. The following day, Harry looked like the cat that got the cream, because you and I both know that the Sussex brand's dead now, isn't it, anywhere in the world, unless they can actually prove to have some link still with the very family they spend their entire life slagging off.
Yet there were no photographs, no public embrace, and no dramatic announcement afterward. The meeting was reportedly private and tightly controlled. So was this the beginning of reconciliation, or a carefully managed reminder of where the Sussexes now stand?
I mean, I don't think she'd be the absolute block on reconciliation. She would say to Charles, it's not going to work out well, Charles. Do what you want. But in my view, give it a pass.
Well, who's the block? William?
I think William's the block. And also the fact that Charles standing with Harry, he knows it can only end badly.
The significance becomes clearer when you consider what Harry and Meghan were allegedly hoping to regain. Since leaving royal duties, their relationship with the monarchy has remained deeply complicated, while their public and commercial ventures have faced criticism and setbacks.
But I do think that when you're mocked so publicly as they've been, their value begins to nosedive pretty quickly. And I don't think they're finding any more sources of income. And with the stream of money they're spending on security, on mortgages, on just plain living, I think they can see the end of the road within 5 years at best. And they've got a real financial problem now.
Royal commentator Tom Bower has argued that reconnecting with the royal family could help restore their status, relevance, and public attention. He has also suggested that Harry's connection to the Invictus Games created an opportunity to rebuild his visibility in Britain.
Oh, I think he desperately does want to come back. I think that's what the whole Invictus Games in Birmingham was all about and is all about. But I think now he's got a huge problem that they're increasingly unpopular. The king can't face him in the way he wants in public.
Critics have gone further, alleging that renewed family access could provide public and commercial leverage. But was that really the plan? Then came the controversy over Harry's accommodation.
I think that's what the Invictus Games, which is this very splendid competition for wounded servicemen, is going to start in Birmingham next year, but there's a rehearsal later in the summer. And Harry is determined to come, and if he could, he'd bring Meghan and somehow work his way back in so that they have status. My feeling is that the king might be slightly sympathetic.
Reports said he had been offered accommodation at Buckingham Palace, but the arrangement reportedly fell apart after he did not immediately accept it. The offer was later described as withdrawn.
The royals offered Harry and his family use of Buckingham Palace for the duration of their stay. It's self-evidently one of the most secure buildings in the United Kingdom, after all. But apparently the palace is not fit for the spare to the throne. Harry didn't respond to the offer. Instead, he leaked a self-funded report about the colossal terror threat he faces to ITV News and told the rest of his family to stay away. That terror threat apparently only applied to London, and it was clear that if they were in Birmingham, for example, which is 2 hours drive away, it wouldn't apply.
The dispute became even more significant because Harry has repeatedly raised concerns about security in Britain. Critics questioned the circumstances, while supporters maintained that his fears were legitimate. Either way, the palace appeared determined to control the situation, and that became even clearer when the family arrived at Highgrove. The reunion reportedly lasted around 47 minutes, although accounts have differed over the exact duration. Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet reportedly met King Charles and Queen Camilla privately, but none of the dramatic images many expected ever appeared. There was no official photographer, no family portrait, and no public display of reconciliation. Instead, it was treated as a private family meeting rather than a royal event. And without a photograph, there was nothing to publicly prove that the Sussexes had truly returned to the royal fold. For Meghan, commentators have speculated that the lack of a photograph may have been particularly disappointing. Critics have alleged that an image of Charles, Harry, Meghan, and the children could have carried enormous symbolic value. Instead, there was silence. Queen Camilla's presence also fueled speculation, with Bauer suggesting she may have provided another trusted presence during this sensitive encounter. Some commentators believe the strict privacy rules were designed to prevent later leaks or competing versions of what happened. If so, then every minute inside Highgrove may have mattered more than anyone realized. At the heart of the situation was trust. Harry and Meghan had spent years publicly discussing their experiences within the royal family, while Charles and the monarchy continued protecting their own public image. Bauer has argued that Prince William and Catherine would be unlikely to support a straightforward rehabilitation of the Sussexes. Meanwhile, questions remained over Harry's security, his future in Britain, and his possible involvement in future royal-adjacent events. Charles therefore faced a difficult choice. Refusing to meet his son and grandchildren could create another controversy, but offering too much could look like surrender. Perhaps those 47 minutes were never meant to solve the family feud. According to Bauer's assessment, Charles showed compassion without reopening a door the monarchy may believe must remain closed. Critics may call it calculated, supporters may call it a necessary boundary. But perhaps the real message was hidden in the silence. The king could remain a father and grandfather without becoming the bridge back into royal life. And if that was the true meaning of those 47 minutes, then the Sussexes may have left Highgrove with far less than they came for.